and the sewage was leaking down the walls.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I have in
people
mind.
had to poop in bags.
That's sort of what I have in mind, like a cruise ship. Not a cruise ship. Not a cruise ship. It's a cruise ship.
Cruise ship.
Wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello. Hello and welcome Midlifers. We're your hosts, Fons.
And Med.
And this is your weekly podcast where it's not self-help but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia, laughter, and a deep dive into the past.
Welcome, Midlifers, to this week's show. We're starting off with a midlifer moment. We're talking cruises today.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing out the old ladies in us. And besties, best Aussie kids TV shows from the 80s and 90s.
So let's dive in.
Yeah! But first, let's chat. Fons, we've had the wonderful Wendy Naumovski. She's befriended us on the socials because we have something very in common. Very common?
Very much in common.
Very much in common. That's midlifer brain right there.
So yes, Wendy has published a book and it's called Wendy Talks Menopause.
Yes.
And I think she goes right deep into the nitty-gritty of menopause. It's not an airy-fairy book.
So it's not just us we talk about the general
surface
stuff.
level.
Yeah. She gets in there.
Yeah.
And she's actually has just recently done a book tour. We missed out on it because you couldn't get a babysitter,
Yes.
unfortunately. But we'd love to meet with you another time. But Wendy has graciously called into our speak pipe and she's got something to ask us.
Hey ladies, my name is Wendy Naumovski and I'm the author of Wendy Talks Menopause. I'd love to bring up something I think we don't talk enough about, and it's the difference between grieving someone we lose and grieving ourselves whilst going through menopause. We understand grief when it's about losing a loved one. There's language for it and support, but when it comes to menopause, so many women are grieving who they were, their identity, their sense of self, and instead of recognizing that, we're labeled crazy or we're too much or unstable. I'd love to open up the conversation around why we don't recognize ourselves through grief and real grief, and why women are being dismissed instead of supported during one of the biggest transitions of our lives. Keen to hear your thoughts on why we're still getting this so wrong.
All right, so let's have a chat about this.
Yeah, so I find in life we have many phases of losing our identities and getting reborn in our identities.
Mhm.
For example, my most hugest one was after kids.
Yes,
and I'm
100%.
still dealing with that.
Me too.
And I think as a geriatric mum, like combining losing our identity from becoming a mum to losing our identity with what's happening hormonally inside us.
Yeah.
It's a huge.
Yes. It's, again, I think the thing with this, Wendy and all the other experts and stuff really talking about menopause, it wasn't really a thing that was delved into or discussed in the previous generations. And one other thing that wasn't really discussed was that losing identity in motherhood. It was a shock to me that all of a sudden, like, I don't know who I am anymore. I'm a woman, all that sort of stuff. But in terms of sort of the grief and menopause, this is timed well because my youngest, she's obsessed with this show called The Middle.
Oh,
Do you know
I love The Middle.
Yes, and I've never watched it, but I think it recently came to Netflix and she's on her third round of watching it. She's 8 years old, mind you. She just loves it. And there was an episode where I saw where the mum played by Patricia Head was crying. And she's crying because, she's crying the fact that, her childbearing days are over. And she said, I just happened to overhear it, a few days ago, that she goes, there's no sort of celebration for this change. And she was saying to her husband, and he agreed to, when you retire, you get this big fanfare, all that sort of stuff. But with this, it's not. It's just
It's just part of life.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah. So the fact that we're even having this conversation, I think, is a big thing.
I think, there needs to be recognition. And I think also coming from the opposite spectrum is celebrating when a girl gets her period because it wasn't celebrated. It was seen as a bit shameful, something to hide in the past.
Yeah.
And now, I'm seeing online, people are starting to celebrate it and the same should be done in a way with recognition of menopause and the change that happens in a woman. It's not bad.
No. And I think that's the thing. If we start recognizing it and celebrating it, then I think us women will start to really shift that focus from negative to positive.
Because it's about, with the change, it's about letting the younger generation know, hey,
it's cool.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. I don't like to sweep it under the rug here, but
there are good
there's
things.
some things to look forward
Yes,
to.
yeah.
And with social media, you get a visual image of what to look forward to, as well as, the talk that happens.
So I'm just remembering back, we did a little episode about period last year, and you pointed out that the vagina actually starts to shrivel up.
Yeah.
So when you say the visual, I'm just visualizing this dry little prune. Let's have a laugh about it. That's what we can do as well.
Well, there's nothing we can do unless, there's HRT, and we're getting more educated on HRT too.
But the whole thing, HRT too. That should be a T2.
Pack that in a tea. Put that in a tea bag and sip it. If only. But also the change in the family, because the men don't really understand what menopause is. I feel like in my life, all the men in my life understand periods, but do the men in our lives really understand menopause and how that affects the home life?
Yeah, and that's the thing, again, because we're only just understanding it. That's where I remember I was talking about going to go before, because there's been so much research into men's health and men's bodies that women are we're so far behind. And especially even the fact that perimenopause is only sort of something that we're recognizing worldwide in the past 10 years or so, So the fact that we still deem the crazy mum, the crazy lady and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's just lack of education, I suppose, because if we know, okay, well, this is actually biologically, this is why I'm behaving this way, so it's not just something to make fun of.
When it's hormones, it just feels so uncontrollable,
Yeah.
and there needs to be empathy with that from all genders.
Yes, and to ourselves too.
Oh, for 100%.
So Wendy's book is out. We're going to have a link in our show notes so you can get a copy for yourself. Thank you, Wendy, for joining in. And if anyone has anything to contribute about their menopause or perimenopause journey, please message us, leave a comment, find us on our socials, whatever. Join the conversation. Welcome.
Yeah.
Midlife a moment
For you.
and for me.
And we're talking about cruising.
I think you're going to have to spearhead this because I've never been on a cruise in my life.
I love cruising.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny because my parents are huge cruisers. It always seems like the generation above us are huge cruisers.
I feel like that's why there's a few reasons why I haven't been on a cruise. I'll tell you one later on. But it does seem a thing for the elderly. And
Not the elderly. Oh, wait till my dad hears that mess.
How old is he?
It's 70s.
In his 70s. Is that not considered elderly?
Oh, is it?
It is.
I don't want to face my dad.
I feel like, and it's no shade, I'm just saying we're middle-aged. If you're elderly, I reckon 65 and above is elderly. It's cool.
Come on down.
But for a certain age, for the older people, because obviously you're less mobile, it takes you around the world and you don't have to move much.
Well, that's also fantastic when you're younger, because I got the drunkest I ever got drunk because I knew my cabin was just downstairs. And I had a little nap, but I went back upstairs and kept drinking. And everyone's like, where's Fonz? Where's Fonz? I was just having a nap so I can keep going all night long. It's so fun.
Now, the one memory I have of you going on a cruise with one of your mates that you worked with, and wasn't the main, I think you're young and single, but the majority of the people were of an elderly age.
They were not elderly.
Yeah.
They were older. I'd say 40 plus.
Okay.
But obviously when you're in your early 30s, they're seen as old. But one thing I look back on that cruise endearingly. At the time, I was like cringe, but there was a huge family there, and they all had baseball caps on that said YOLO. And so they were the YOLO family. And at the time, I was like, oh, cringe. But looking back, they probably had the most fun out of everyone. So they all would find each other. All of them would wear their hats when they participated in karaoke, the trivia. They seriously lived their lives on that cruise and left no stone left unturned.
That is very cool. I'll just think there's not a chance my teenage kids would wear a hat that identifies them as part of our group.
I would say from 20s up.
Okay.
But I can understand 100%. I'm even cringing. I don't want to do it. But the thing is with cringe, like things to see as cringe is where people have the most fun. But I want to go back to talking about types of cruises.
Okay.
Let's go back to the foundations. So there's your luxury cruise, your family cruises, themed cruise, your singles cruise, and I want to talk about the adventure cruise. Have you heard of the Drake's Passage? This is something that I deep dive on TikTok about.
Yeah.
And it always starts with this song sung by, I don't know, sailors. Oh,
I know that song. Are you talking about the scenes where the boat is rocking?
Yes. And so the Drake's Passage is considered a rite of passage when you decide to journey to Antarctica.
Oh, gosh.
It's a 48-hour sea voyage from South America to Antarctica. If it's calm, it's called the Drake Lake. But if it is rough, where the waves are so high and crashing onto the window, it is called the Drake Shake. And I love watching footage of these cruises where it just looks awful, but I love watching it.
But would you want to be on that boat?
Part of me, yes.
Oh, so no part of me.
What's that called? Oh, I've forgotten it. Oh, shit, my brain. Okay.
No, there's not a chance. Like, I don't mind watching those videos because it's crazy.
Yeah.
But the idea of being on it makes me sick.
Literally, yeah, because I have been on the P&O cruise when it was really rough. It was a stormy night. And it was a cruise, not a cruise, but a big boat ride from the North to South Island of New Zealand. And they were rough and my stomach can't handle it. It gets a bit, so if I know my stomach can handle it, I would love to do it. I love that bit of a thrill. But because I get easily car sick and seasick, I'm like, nah. Yeah. Like, I don't think I could even do the Spirit of Tasmania because that seems just too rough.
Okay.
I do love Pacific cruise and I've done a Mediterranean cruise and that was glorious. I'm going to tell you why. And a bit of fonts came out. In our cabin, we had a balcony and our own spa.
Oh.
And I remember thinking, I'm not going upstairs to use the public spa. I've got my own. And I did that for the whole trip. And I didn't care to socialise. Socialising is a big part of cruising. You can make some lifelong friends on there as well.
Okay.
My parents have. Definitely, because my parents cruise like nearly every year. They're currently on a cruise right now around Asia and they're loving it. And I think what goes into an elderly cruise, Mez, is probably the river cruises.
Yeah.
The Norwegian river cruises.
It looks very luxurious and you have to wear one of those fedoras. It's a must.
It's not a cruise where you can hook up at our age or younger. Maybe at our age to get a sugar daddy.
That one and also the one in Alaska. So
I really did not like how I said daddy.
Daddy.
Yuck.
Keeping it in funds. But the Alaskan cruise as well. Like that to me, Norwegian ones and the Alaskan ones seem like a very much, not once in a lifetime, that sort of bucket list thing.
Yeah, I definitely want to do an Alaskan cruise because I want to see the Northern Lights. Oh, there's so much I want to see. My parents, it's so funny. Whatever my husband tells my parents he wants to do on his bucket list, my parents go ahead and do it. And he's like, well, there's another thing your parents are doing.
Tell your husband to zip his lip, man.
But do you know what's great about cruising? It's got everything on board and it's within the price. And I remember seeing Steady Eddie, the comedian on the cruise, and he was so funny. And the live shows and playing bingo, like on the last night or on the last day. I just remember playing bingo because there's nothing else to do. And everyone's shoved into a stadium. Yes, playing bingo.
Oh, that does sound like fun.
Now, there are a few things, Mez, that only happen on cruises that don't happen anywhere else.
Do tell.
On doors, if you see an upside-down pineapple, that means they're ready for some swinging. And I'm talking not like on the playground. I'm talking in the bedroom.
Like, what do you mean ups like a literal pineapple?
Yeah, you get a picture. Well, not me, but you get a picture of a pineapple.
A picture.
Flip it upside down.
An actual physical pineapple.
Spiky. Chuck it upside down.
Yeah.
Chuck it on a door. You're a swinger, and they're allowed to go knock, knock, knocking.
Ah.
Yeah. So for pineapples are rocking.
Let me take some notes.
There's also a thing where people hide little tiny rubber ducks around the cruise, and you can go on like a little duck hunt.
Ah.
So it's like just something that cruising people do just to bring that community together.
Yeah.
Actually, something my dad has done on this cruise is because he's cruising over Anzac Day, so you get on the Facebook page before you go cruising and you get everyone together. And so he suggested that they do an Anzac drink on Anzac Day on the ship. So all the Aussies got together.
Yeah.
And leading up to it, like Mum was telling me, people going up to Dad saying, good on you for recognising Anzac Day and this and that. And it's a real community vibe.
Yeah.
Dress up nights. You got to be prepared for the dress up night.
Yes, about to say, because if that came unawares, you're like, well, can't do much better.
Because you do get, from memory, an itinerary before going on the cruise. You have to read it. And so I was prepared. My friend and I were both prepared. And they have horror nights, all different themes. Speaking of horror, there are horror things that happen on cruise ships.
I just want to say, one thing that really puts me off doing a cruise, a proper cruise, is the Gastro ship. Because I've heard things happen and the Gastro goes through the whole ship and poo's coming out of everywhere and you're stuck there.
You're stuck on a loo.
Yes.
Now, touch wood, it's not happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to me. It's not happened to my family.
That is literally my number one deterrent.
There are, what's the word, protocols. So before you go to a buffet, you need to use hand sanitizer. But horror stories, do you hear about the ship where the sewerage line got blocked and the sewerage was leaking down the walls?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I have in
people
mind.
had to poop in bags.
That's sort of what I have in mind, like a cruise ship. Not a cruise ship, it's a cruise ship.
Cruise ship.
I don't want a cruise ship.
I know my auntie goes on let's just jump away from the poo for a second. I did the rock ship where they played rock music and hung out with bands and stuff. I know Weezer did a rock cruise. So much fun. But I've got some stories for you, Miss.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm going to go with, we've had Kimmy write in on Facebook and she said, OMG, the worst sunburn in my life happened while cruising to Tasmania. Tasmania, out of all places, was where the sun had the most bite. I'm talking cankles for swollen legs, blisters the size of a 50-cent coin, and the peeling. Ugh. It was so bad we end up in the beauty spa for a calming body wrap to settle the inflammation.
Well, ending up in the beauty spa is not a bad thing. But yes, I feel like, you would be sunburn more likely to happen on the ship than not.
You have to be careful. I got sunburnt on my tummy. My little white stomach got sunburnt. But there's another horror story. Now, this has happened to someone very near to me. The night before you have to get off the ship for disembarkation, you need to pack all your bags. But you also need to have a set of clothes set aside for the next day.
Yeah.
Well, this person, Mez, packed their bags a little too well. And the next day, he went to get dressed to realise he didn't pack a T-shirt. So he had to wear a dingy singlet top with holes in it that he slept in the night before. He tells me he was rejected from the a la carte restaurant.
Out of here.
Because he looked like a commoner. Like in Titanic, at the bottom decks where they have the most fun. He
tried to get up.
Yeah, he tried to get up. And
lucky he had the singlet. Like, what happens if he was topless?
Well, on Reddit, someone said they had to wear a dressing gown and slippers. Someone packed all their shoes and had to borrow from a friend. Do you know what else happens on a cruise? You hook up with the captain.
I think when you mentioned earlier the different types of cruises, but especially the singles cruise, everyone's getting action.
It happened on the P&O cruise I went on.
So
you have a night, I think you have a night or a day where you meet the captain and he comes out. And some woman, I don't know, he took a liking to her and they were together for dinner the whole cruise. And we knew they hooked up. Well, that's my fantasy. They hooked up on a cruise.
My captain. even the show, what's that?
The Love Boat.
Yeah, no, Below Deck.
Oh,
Yeah, just seeing, because there's a lot of the workers there are, in their 20s and what have you. Oh, my goodness.
Hook Up Central.
It's talk about a buffet.
Do you not remember on the nightclub on the ship? It was so funny because you're dancing and because the ship's rocking, you dance from one corner of the dance floor to the other corner of the dance floor. It's the most weirdest, most bizarre thing.
But especially if you throw alcohol in that, wouldn't that be quite
Well, this is the thing. This is what I loved. I loved getting so drunk, lying on the bed, and the rocking was like a baby. I was like, me. And I had a beautiful sleep. Oh my goodness. You gotta find the silver linings in these things.
That's why I remember in the 80s the waterbed was a thing.
Yeah,
waterbeds.
that's so uncomfortable.
That looks so jiggly.
I need firmness.
but you like the rocking.
Yeah, but not like
I reckon though, I'm curious with obviously they've gone out, so they mustn't have been that good.
Yeah, I think they were bad for your back.
But I just think the original hoof onto it would be like very wobbly. But then I reckon once you calm down, I could understand the theory. It's the same thing. Once if you're still the little
what if it strikes a leak?
Oh yeah.
That's what do you do? Get a bucket? What do you do when your waterbed leaks? I remember my uncle had a waterbed actually. Yeah, I don't remember anything more, but I remember I remember sitting on it.
It's such an 80s thing.
It is such an 80s thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I did?
Mm.
I joined a gym on the cruise.
Oh yeah.
I didn't go on. I think on both cruises I went on, I joined the gym. I went once on each cruise, and I tried to do the walking track as well.
Yeah.
Once. Just once. Everything's once, Mez.
Well, good intention.
It's always on the first day. Yes. And then by day 3, you're like, let's just go eat and drink some more.
I like the idea of even, I said, the Disney cruise. I like the idea of it. I still would rather a non-cruise holiday over a cruise holiday.
That's okay. That's you.
Unless someone's paying for it.
No. If anyone's out there who likes to shout Mez a cruising
and
holiday,
we can both
I'll do it together.
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah, I'm in. Best Hours. Yeah, the best Aussie kids TV.
From growing up, yes.
From us growing up, that's right.
Yeah. Well,
Miz.
There's so many. I realise there's a few of them have game shows.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like they just really pop into my head. One in particular. I'm going to start with the sort of kiddie shows. And the first one that comes to mind, being an Aussie kid, even to this day, Play School.
Yeah.
Play School is just like a fundamental for growing up in Australia. And I love that it's still kicking on. Yeah. It's still just as good now as it was back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the kids, and I remember as a kid, you felt like you were actually spoken to.
Yeah.
And you mattered.
And the craft, some of the craft stuff like you could do at home. I remember this one time, seriously, this was probably, I was 5 years old, and it's still something that I remember occasionally. He's like, let's make a pizza. And he got a big round blanket and he got rolled up socks as the olives and stuff. And I remember doing it myself because it's something you can just copy. And the imaginative play, and then obviously the piano player that would sort of start tinkling away. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but so good. Like Alex Paps is a big one these days. And who's the other one?
I loved Benita.
Benita, yeah, she was one of the
She didn't like being remembered so much only for Play School because she was only on a few episodes from memory. And that's why at the Logies she rocked up in a braless top, a sheer top, because she wanted to step away from that Play School role.
Wait, not episodes, like surely
not on
seasons.
the episodes. No, episodes. She was only on a few episodes.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, not as much as we remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she must have done
She is in our hearts and in our memories.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Was it John Jarrett?
No, not John Jarrett. I can't remember his name. John something. And he used to play pranks on he used to do double entendres and pick a packet of cigarettes and flip out and stuff like that.
that.
Yeah.
You sure it's not John Jarrett, like the Wolf Creek guy?
100% not John Jarrett mess. Not Wolf Creek guy.
But yeah, and as I said, I love that Play School is still growing strong to this day.
Definitely. Oh, and Don Spencer, Danielle Spencer's father, was on Play School as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so many good memories. I've got a bit older and I've remembered morning shows like Come On Kids.
It's funny, Come On Kids. I remember that come on, kids. But I don't remember what was in it.
A core memory that unlocked when I was researching this was Winky Dinky the Talking Duck. And it was this tiny little,
so cute.
How do you speak? Hello. Oh, I can't do it. I don't know. But it was the most cutest little duck.
Yes.
And also the Early Bird Show with Marty Monster. Remember he got attacked by the kangaroo? No one really helped him at the start. They let him go.
That's it, because they used to have competitions and stuff on there, didn't they?
I got sent.
Yeah.
I sent to the competitions. I think I sent a drawing. They sent back like a photo card back to me. I think Daryl Cotton was the host.
Yes.
I got a signed Daryl Cotton photo. And that went from 7 a.m. till 12 p.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah. Like, was that a Channel 9 thing?
Oh, was it Channel 9? It was either Channel 9 or Channel 7.
There's not that many channels to choose from.
10.
One of them. That sort of reminds me of the Humphrey Bear / Fat Cat.
Oh.
Because they were silent. They didn't speak. We're miming in case you're not watching. And again, I know the characters, obviously, but I can't remember what the actual show was about.
As in Humphrey Bear and Fat Cat.
What did they do on the show?
Humphrey Bear.
Can't just mime.
Yeah, they did. They used to go.
But they would have had someone else.
There was I think on Fat Cat there was a person with it, and Humphrey Bear too. They said, "What are you saying, Humphrey?
Talking, yeah.
What is it, Humphrey?"
To interpret what's happening.
I loved Humphrey. It's so funny. I loved Humphrey, and my brother loved Fat Cat.
Oh, opposites.
Yes,
tension.
Yes. What about Agro's Cartoon Connection?
Oh, what a naughty boy, Agro.
Very naughty.
I feel like that'd be done for sexual harassment probably these days.
Kudos to Anne-Marie.
She kept it together live.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that would not float these days.
But also there was another character on Agro called Crikey the Clown, and he came in the 90s, and he was more, I think, on the streets. And he was a very aggressive clown. He wasn't a nice clown.
Really?
It was like aggressive journalism.
Okay. Like a Vox Pop style?
I think so from memory, yeah. But I just remember him being rough. On a kids show. And what I loved about
Agro's 80s, man. I tell you what.
80s and 90s. And Agro's Cartoon Connection had the most coolest cartoons. They had Samurai Pizza Cats, Sailor Moon. Mm-hmm. It was like, I loved that show so much. And I wanted to win a competition on it. I never did.
I want to, win a competition, all these sort of things. Never did. I want to go back to the 80s. Do you remember Mr. Squiggle?
Do I remember?
And the blackboard.
Hurry up.
Yes. But the premise of Mr. Squiggle obviously had the pencil nose, but they'd have lines and he'd draw, and then they'd turn the drawing upside down. Like, how did he do it? Was it pre-planned? It must have been pre-planned.
It would have been pre-planned.
But when sometimes even on the socials, you see these videos of people drawing stuff. You don't know what it is until they turn it the right way up. My brain is just like,
how?
Yeah.
How do they do it?
I don't know, but that was such a simple show.
Yeah.
And I remember it.
Do you remember the AFL Squadron hosted by Gary Lyons?
No.
Oh, it was something, I think it was on Saturday or Sunday, and it was a game show for kids.
Okay.
And it's always like you have the rare little girl on it and all these little boys in their little footy tops.
Yeah.
And they'd have to answer like trivia questions, and sometimes they have a footy player on, and they'd have to answer questions like, how many points is 2 goals and 3 points all together?
Oh,
and who's the captain of the Brisbane Lions and stuff like that. And they used to win like a big footy pack at the end with 4 and 20 pies and McDonald's vouchers. And
that's cool.
Memories. And it was Gary Lyons' early media
Must
career.
have had to have been, because obviously it's still around. I do not remember that at all. I like it. One that we mentioned on this show, which we still have PTSD about, Romper Room. the fact that our names were never called. But still, just worthwhile to mention because
Why not?
Yeah, and it was to show that I still love. And the songs like, Come With Us and Gallop and Punch a Ball, Bend and Stretch. In case you are new here, we have a Romper Room episode. Check out our back catalogue because it's great. Anyway, just saying that.
I'm going to the afternoon show on ABC that aired. I think it was definitely after school, and it was hosted by.
It's called the afternoon show.
It's called the afternoon show, and it was basically like a little variety show that held together all the cartoons that up until 5 or 6 o'clock, and it was initially hosted by James Valentine, and then hosted by Michael Tunn, and they used to have cartoons like Inspector Gadget, Danger Mouse, Count Duckula, and James Valentine had a segment on there called the Monday Munchies where kids had to send in the recipes and he would make it and try it.
So this is the thing, because I think the picture may have come up and I didn't really have the memory. I remember the cartoon shows. I don't remember the shows that held them together like that, except for the Looney Tunes one, because what was the name of that woman that everyone...
No.
Yes. Emily?
No.
Sophie. It is Sophie.
Oh.
All the guys had a hots for her. And but like Looney Tunes was really big in the 90s and it was like the Looney Tunes show. What is her name?
She was with Mick Malloy.
Really?
Yeah. What was her name?
Anyway, I remember we can picture her.
Yes.
Like, the name escapes us. But yeah, that's the only one that I actually remember anything about the host. All the rest of them, I remember the cartoons more so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'll give you a bad one and a good one.
Okay.
Bad one, BTN, Behind the News. Which I think every kid in primary school would have, the card in this freaking TV and we'd all have to sit there and watch BTN and then talk about it afterwards.
I remember having to watch it with my student as a teacher. I was like,
so you had like double trauma from
PTSD. And you have to say, like, what we were told, take notes, bring your clipboard.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was
the most boring thing. Oh, I'm going to give you actually a blast from the past. What? This is an educational thing, but not boring. The Curiosity Show.
I love the Curiosity Show.
Yes, where they do little science experiments. The two guys, I think skivvies were heavily featured. But they do these cool little science experiments like paperclip stuff that you could find around the house and you could do yourself. And they made science cool.
Yeah. What about Beyond 2000 with Amanda Keller?
Yes.
The Wonder World.
Wonder World. Yeah. Yep. So there were some educational ones that actually had a bit of pizzazz or a bit of I wouldn't say connected. Curiosity Show wouldn't say pizzazz, but definitely there was connection. But a game show, amazing. The show amazing.
Literally amazing.
Yes, but hosted by James Sherry.
Yes.
Now, this is one, if there's any show I want to be part of, and still do, if they have an adult version, I'll be there, would be amazing. We'd have to go through that maze and find those keys, and no one ever looked in the trunk, but the key was always in the trunk. Have they not learned the lesson? And then, but before the main one, they'd play like, they have the big keyboard and they'd have to press out the answer on the keyboard and play like Super Mario Kart.
Yes.
So much fun.
I met James Sherry.
Did you?
Yeah. I went to the footy show on Channel 9 in the audience, and he was the audience warmer-upper up, and he went to embarrass me, and because I went to the toilet as I was warming up and came back, it was a good trip. And I go, weren't you on a kids show?
Oh, you heckled James Sherry.
But my mum beat me to the punch, and she asked him that while I was in the toilet. So I went to give the comeback. Yeah. He was like, your mum already said it.
Oh, no. Good on him.
I was like, oh, damn it.
He one-upped you.
He did. Thanks, Mum.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, there are actually a few more that I might leave for another day because I reckon we could do a part 2. So please, midlifers, if there's any Aussie kids TV shows from the 80s, 90s that you remember fondly, and even, leave a message on SpeakPipe.
Yep.
Send us a message. We'd love to include you in the part 2 of this episode. Well, that's the end of our show, Fonz.
What a fun show.
It was a hoot. A hoot and it.
It was a hoot. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Listen back on our older episodes too, because they're a bit fun, aren't they?
They are very fun. And thank you, as always, for joining us. We appreciate it so much.
And until next week,
Bye.